Hey everybody.
Oh, come
Sorry I
on,
missed the
that
start
miss.
there.
That miss is no good.
I was busy preparing some
Oh,
nice
come on,
little
that miss.
spreadsheets.
That miss is
I hope
no
you guys are
good.
well. I'm well because I'm going to be
Oh,
boring
come
you
on, that
all
miss.
with horrific spreadsheets and land and all of that stuff. So feel free, feel absolutely free to yeah, I realized I hadn't muted my desktop audio. I fixed that up. It's okay. Calm. Be calm, everybody. I'm off to a bad start today. Brain is not working. Thank you for letting me know. I should have realized there would be some echo of myself there as well. But yes, today is all the spreadsheets in the world because I want to sort of continue what Jim was doing earlier today, which was realizing exactly how prepared or unprepared I might be for land. So, yes, I have used that new feature of Peak Monsters, which Ron and I pleaded with Jarvi and Asgarth for on Monday, to get us some lovely, lovely export of land in table form. So I have land in table form and I've sorted it to display my rarest plots, which are my magical plots and my occupied plots and my keep. And I have then looked up the type of land that it is, then gone and created a different lookup table, which I've joined onto this table to basically say what are going to be the best monster types for this. But I think I'm going to be starting off with my epic land, which is a plains, and it is occupied. So I think that's my most precious piece of land, and that will use life and dragon splinter monsters. At the same time, I've also got a extract of all of my monsters and their production power, and a blank little row here to list the plot number that monster will be in future assigned to toil away at. So I'm going to start off with this epic occupied, and that is probably the one that is going to get my Rooney on it. So that's plains. Oh, I forgot about the titles. I need to say what title is going to go on that land as well. So title, I forgot about that. Totem. And what is the other option? Rooney. So Rooney here is going to be regular foil because that's all I've got. The best totem I've got is an epic totem, so I've only got one of those to use. So we are going to go regular Rooney, epic totem. Now the best title I have is going to be the Explorer. So that's going to go onto that plot as well. Now I need life and dragon cards here. So we get 5 workers from life or dragon. So I'm going to go ahead and filter to life and dragon. This is sorted by production power. So monster 1 is going to be our clay golem, which is that card. And now we do a control F over here. Find our little boy, the clay golem, and say he's going on my epic occupied, which is Oh, where did my clay golem go? There he is. Which is that plot. So he is now excluded. So in this, I only want to show the blanks. That way, I will know that if a monster is not found, that they are unavailable for land duties. And I could probably just do this in my spreadsheet. Wait, do we have the type filtering in the spreadsheet? No, so it's gonna have to be done over here. So Brightwing is also gonna go on that plot. So basically we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We take these top 5 creatures and we apply them to the planes. So we will figure out the production values of that. So it will be a alpha, rare, regular, life with 86 BCX. Then we have a Chaos Legion, legendary gold with 4 BCX, and that's a life card. Then we have a Chaos legendary gold dragon, which is worth 4 BCX, so that's maxed. We have another Chaos legendary gold, 4 of that, and it is also a dragon. And finally, we need a untamed rare, who is also gold with 22 BCX, and that is a life card. So our production for this one, we still have no real clue what will do what. The information is already on Peak Monsters. So if you look at your collection in Peak Monsters, you can sort by production points to get that. But then you also need to look at the 2.0 land white paper to figure out all the bits and pieces as to what's the most productive. But this does have the calculation breakdowns to some extent featured here. So would highly recommend using the Peak Monsters land calculator. Just pop the link in the Twitch chat there for you guys to double check and see. So I'm trying to do this now so that I know whether or not I want to put more creatures into my collection. So I'm just grabbing all the names. Well, not names. I'm grabbing the unique card IDs of the cards that are going to go on each plot. And I don't need Monster 6. So what are the variables that we get output here? We get boosted production power. So production power and totem rate. So 0.1151 and the total production for that. What is that called? Production power PP on plot. Why do I have that same thing twice? That's the production power. That's 229, 910 production points per SPS, or 2,936 grain per hour. I don't know what each and every one of those things is going to mean in the long term. So that's going to be the base production power, and then boosted production power. And object is going to be SPS because it's occupied land. We all know that. But we don't know what we will actually get from that. So my next occupied lands are all common occupied lands. So I'm going to do all these occupied lands first, and I can basically say these are all going to be no's for the Rooney because I've only got the one Rooney, and these are going to all be rare totems, but I don't know if it's going to make sense to put my epic totem on the not the castle, on the keep, because I have my keep here as well, and I don't really know how that's all gonna play out and work. So on my Earth plot, I have other titles. I've got the Legionnaire and the Watcher left to use. So for these particular plots, it's going to be either water or earth creatures. But maybe I should do my keep first and give them the rare stuff. So what is going to be the next best title? Is it going to be the Legionnaire or the Watcher, or are they worth the same? The Watcher and the Legionnaire are worth the same. So I think my keep can have the Watcher. So that consumes that title. And then this one here will be the Legionnaire. And now we need to look for water and earth. Yeah, I think that's much better than putting the Explorer on the keep. I feel like it works well thematically. If the bonus is different, then I'll swap them over, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay in that regard. That's why I picked the Watcher as the title there. So if I jump back to cards, now I want to look for water and earth. So water and earth, and we want to sort by production power, high to low. So we have our Frost Giant working in the keep. We have a Naga Warrior working in the keep. We have a Magi of the Forest working in the keep. We have a Max Flesh Golem working in the keep. And we have a Jin Bilka working in the keep. This one's going to be fun to see what we've got. So we have an Alpha Legendary. We have no Rooney. Okay, so this doesn't actually apply any bonus to the keep or castle. So we'll just shift all of these down, I guess, to this rare occupied land instead. So we are going for rare occupied water. Water. Lake. It's a lake. Is it a lake? I don't know. It's something water related. Yes, it's a lake. In fact, all of them are lakes. So we have our 5 creatures there. First one is Alpha Legendary 8 BCX water. Next is Alpha Epic Regular 32 BCX water. Next is Alpha again. Epic Regular 32 BCX Earth, Alpha, Common, Regular, 379 BCX Earth. Then we have a Chaos. This build code's from the Chaos Edition. Legendary Gold, 4 BCX Earth. So on that plot of land, you can see already I have significantly reduced production power there, but the base production power on that land is higher. So I wonder, actually, whoops, I gotta change that to rare. With a rare totem, it's actually 105,000, so it's even lower. 105,600. So what happens if I add the Rooney to that land? Do I get more production? I don't think I will. 175,500. So with those creatures on that rare plot with the Rooney, because these creatures have a higher base production, I'd actually get more out of that plot, even with a rare totem. But if I upgrade that to an epic totem, so I guess I need to swap these two around, put the Rooney here. This is going to be the tiny little details of land that's going to matter a lot. Although that's with the Explorer title as well, which is the big one. So because of my card collection, I need to swap the Explorer there and make this one the Legionnaire. Really weird that a rare is going to produce more than an epic. How do you guys feel about that? Because the cards that are being deployed to it are going to be better than the cards deployed to the other land. That's funny. I find that really amusing. I didn't expect I'd find things like this as I went through this. It's because the base production power from these cards is higher than what it would be for these ones. So the cards may not be perceived to be as of high quality as Butop says, but their suitability for working on that particular type of land is going to be really more ideal. And that totem encounter rate is also going to be a lot higher too, because that base production is absolutely ridiculous. So we're still using these same creatures on this other plot of land, and we will see what that then gets reduced to. But before I redo these guys, I think I should continue working my way through these particular plots, these other occupied ones, because almost all of them are going to use water and earth creatures as well. So that means I just go down this list, and we first need to basically go the Legionnaire we will put here because I've just selected that there. So we'll move the Watcher down here, and we'll figure out those planes afterwards. Okay, so the Legionnaire, no Rooney, rare totem. That one gets an epic. That one gets a rare. So we change that back to rare. We take away the Rooney. And now we have River Helendale, who is a gold foil legendary. She's in slot 5. Then we have a beta legendary regular 11 BCX. Now it doesn't matter if these are Earth or whatever as defined here, because they are all considered the same in terms of the terrain boost. Now a Minotaur Warlord is also a beta legendary regular with 11 BCX. Then we have the Kraken, who is another beta legendary regular with 11 BCX. Then we have Mermaid Healer, who is another beta epic regular 46 BCX. So you can see here the production power for this plot. Base production power is 42k. Then that boosted production power is 61k. And then the totem drop rate is way lower as well. So talk about diminishing returns as I get away from my best creatures. So let's go ahead and just copy these monster IDs and pop them into the list. Got the Kraken, and Mermaid Healer was the last one. Where did that text go? I was copying and pasting, then it was erasing for some bizarre reason. Right, River Hellendale is number 5. And then base production power is that much. No, that's the number I want to copy, the 42k number. So I wonder if when you go into the game and it's time for us to put our creatures to work on land, if we are going to get put most optimal monsters on this land and most optimal things, or whether it's going to be a bit more nuanced where you're going to have to hunt for the best outcome. Because right now I'm hunting for the best outcome for my creatures, and we now need the next 5 most productive, which again is another enormous drop from where we were before. So this one is another lake occupied Earth. It will have a rare totem, but it has no title because all my titles have been consumed. And we have a Spirit Shaman. What edition is Spirit Shaman from? Spirit Shamans are beta, aren't they? Are they? There's a reason why I've got so many windows open today for this process. Right. Beta. Spirit Shaman. That's just the base edition. Is it not? No, it's beta. I was correct. Okay, so beta, epic, 46. Doesn't matter. Now we have Chaos, epic, gold with 10 BCX. Then we've got Frozen Soldier, who is a beta version in my collection, who's also a rare. Regular foil, 115. Then we have, oh look, controversy, a summoner. Beta rare 115 summoner. And then another beta rare regular 115. So that's 31,000 base production points, which again, as we look down this list, most productive, less productive, and that drops off a cliff. Absolute just destruction. So we go stone golem. Oh, that's why it's doing that. It's because there's another, it's copying 2 cells off the web page, not one. That would be why. So I need to click and select to grab that data. So can you imagine what this is going to be like for people who have ridiculous numbers of plots? I mean, I'm only looking at a small selection of my plots here, but imagine those poor people who have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these sought after plots. It's going to be an enormous job for them to figure out what's going to be best where and what they're going to decide to work on and how. And our totem encounter rate there is again hyper duper low. Yes, hyper duper low. Now we have another water and earth. So this one, all of this stuff stays the same because I believe the terrain is all the same. It's all lakes. Yep. So we want to then start, what's our last one? It was the stone golem. We want to start at stonesplitter.org. So we have a beta rare, which is the same. Then we have a beta rare, which is the same. Then we have electric eels, which is also a beta rare because they have the same production power. Naga warrior is a beta rare regular with 115 points. And then this is my first plot that will have a repeat of a worker. Another one, which is a Naga rare. I don't know, and I don't think it will matter if it's the same, because I think the calculations are just going to matter on the production points themselves, as opposed to what the creature is and what abilities it has and all that sort of stuff. I mean, someone like Matt Clark, is he going to have plots that are just 5 max flesh golems? I suspect so. He's going to have an enormous army of those guys doing his bidding, which is sort of, you know, what he planned. Before land was even announced, he was like, this would be cool if I can have these guys working on land, doing stuff. And what's the totem encounter rate here? What's the thing you earn totem related? So these are totem fragments. So this is a chance to find a totem fragment on your land every hour. So if I multiply that by day, as in by 24, so let's create a new column, totem rate per day equals that cell by 24. Okay, so my most productive plot is potentially going to find a totem every single day, because you need 4 totem fragments to find a totem. And that is pretty crazy. And then this isn't sort of guaranteed, but averages. My final occupied land is a plains, so I need to swap back on over to life and dragon and ignore these top 5 creatures because they've already been deployed, and look at the next 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be a particularly great plot. There's an Angel of Light, a Selenia Sky, a Sacred Unicorn, a Black Dragon, and a Daria Dragon Scale. That's fantastic. So we have a beta legendary at 11 BCX. I'm not going to change the terrain type from lake to thing because it's the same 10% bonus whether they're dragon or whatever, so the calculations are going to be the same at the end of the day here. And then we have another beta legendary with 11 BCX, and we have another Sacred Unicorn also. What, the beta edition? Yeah, that's a beta card frame, I'm pretty sure. Yes. I don't drink at all, birds, bees, and trees. But yeah, and I don't drink at all, and when I did, I certainly didn't drink beer. So sorry to disappoint you. I'll sit there and like drink chocolate milk or something, just to be a troll and to be entertaining. I mean, what else would you expect from me? I love me a nice chocolate milk. Who doesn't? Okay, so where were we? Legendary, 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 then epic. So beta legendary, again 11, not 111 BCX, 11 BCX. And Black Dragon is also a beta legendary with 11. And then finally, Daria is also a beta card, but she is an epic with 46 BCX. So the base production here is instead 39,000, which is higher because we've got the nicer stuff, as in more suitable cards available for that plot. So that would mean that one of these titles, no, I was going to say we'd potentially steal the title from that plot to put it up here. 10% bonus would probably get us in the same place. Let's bring up a calculator to figure that out. 39,875, not 139, 39,875 multiplied by, is a 10% boost on that title. It would get us 43,862 in terms of production. But does that apply to the base production or the bonus production? Which is what we're calculating out over here anyway. So that's fun. What platform is the center? This is Splinter cards over here. This is Excel. This is Peak Monsters. This is the Peak Monsters land calculator. That was my calculator, Windows calculator. So, did you get your answer? I know it's a ton of a ton of Windows. I'm just using Excel because I'm too lazy for Google Sheets. But I feel like coming in this far to this issue, I thought this was a simple problem to solve. Find the highest production power, then work out what the bonuses are going to be. But it's a little bit more complicated than that, because you have to also ascertain which of your plots is going to have the most efficient or effective, I guess, workers to do work on those plots. And as I've found out here, it's now a bit of a struggle between these two to see which one is higher. So let's just see what happens if I do put one of these 10% titles. It doesn't change the base production, but it does change the other production. Because there's more beta cards and more legendary cards on this plot, the boosted numbers are going to be larger. So I would need to remove monsters from... Not remove monsters, remove the title from this plot and then apply it to this one, because the boost is larger than this number here. And I get the feeling there's going to be so many of these little changes that I need to make along the way. So I'm not going to recalculate these numbers at this point, because this doesn't matter. What matters to me at this particular moment is putting the most effective creatures on the most effective plot. Because all else being equal, it will work out in the end. So let's grab those monster IDs, starting with Daria. And then working our way up to the Angel of Light, I think it was. In any case, we'll run out of slots to paste monster names into. Yep. What's Angel of Light on that plot? Okay, so what's that next plot? We now start looking at our magical plots. And I have an epic magical planes. So while I'm in this list, we should go from Manticore down to identify which cards are going to go onto that plot of land. So we've got Manticore, and then we have 3 Jin Renovas. Which is mildly disgusting. And then a Tyrus Palladium. Now, did I put that on that line that was Epic Life? No, I didn't. Okay, let's move that up to that row. There's no title on that land. We are going to put a rare totem on that land. And it is a beta epic, which is Manticore. And we have a chaos epic, which is gold foil and 10 BCX. And we have a chaos epic, which is gold foil and 10 BCX. And we have another Chaos Epic, which is gold foil, and also, surprise, surprise, 10 BCX. We have a beta, rare, regular, 115. So that base production is going to be 32k. Right. Now this is the time that I go back and do the other sorting to grab the earthen monsters once more. And the totem rate for that plot of land is a little bit higher. And that land also gets SPS. So this is a very tedious process. So maybe before I go off and do the water creatures, I should continue to work my way through these life dragon plots that I need to factor in. So we go and grab the next 10 creatures. So we have a Peacebringer, but what happens if we change? Did I screw this up? Magical resource, does that change the outcome of that calculation? No. Okay, good. So that is just inconsequential. That just changes the outcome of what you get. What I'd like to know is this grain per hour. Is that what grain they would produce or what grain they consume? Because if that's how much grain they consume, then hey, you've sort of got this little bit of a forecast on how much grain you would end up needing, which was a point that Jim touched on before. But what I have learned in this last, I don't know, 40 minutes that I've looked at this is going to take a very long time. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plots, and that's taken me 40 minutes. So they consume 50% of the grain produced, right? So you just halve this value to know how much grain they'd need to work on that land. Gotcha. So with my 103 plots, and for that to take me 7 minutes, 42 divided by 7, 6 minutes times by 103, 618 minutes. So it would take me about 10 hours to optimize each and every one of my land plots. That is a lot of time. That is a ridiculous amount of time, which is why I wanted to do this in Excel to figure it out first to see whether or not it was worthwhile writing a sorting algorithm to automatically assign monsters to plots based on what will be the most effective. So I think the smartest thing to do will be to exclude titles and totems from this. And what I really want to end up calculating is a boosted production point for each monster, because this base production rate is indicative, whereas the real production rate of something like a clay golem is going to be much higher than that number. So Chaos Epic Gold, its base production is 6.6k, but in reality its production is 9.57. So I want to use that 9.57 number based on its terrain bonus, which then gets applied to the land to then aggregate which one's going to be the best. Because I don't know if I've still got it open. Yeah, I do still have it open. I have this table that I've made, which is just a modification of what's from the white paper, which is the terrain type, and then the splinter, then what the production boost is going to be. So 1.1, Badlands, fire. But if you put a fire monster on a bog, they're only 50% effective, so we'd multiply the production power by 0.5. And then I've gone and made a little list here of, if it's Badlands, fire and death are the best splinters. And then the third best element, if you run out, is something else. Now I've included neutral here because they're not mentioned, so I'm guessing they just don't care what type of land they work on. They just have a one, but that's a bit of a nebulous detail that's still very much up in the air. And then the other thing I've also gone and figured out is which is the worst elements for those types of land. So you definitely don't want to put those creatures on that type of land. So yeah, I've put some thought into how this is all going to work, and at this particular stage, all of that thought just leaves me feeling quite overwhelmed at how complicated this is going to be. Because if we just simply go and jump into the game, there's going to be so many screens, so many things. Land, please. Because I'll need to go, right, land in my tract, go into my tract, then it'll be all about going, okay, find the plot that I want to go put the stuff on. Here's my, is this going to be an epic one? No, maybe over here. There we go. There's an epic, but that's the natural one. I'm going to want to go ahead and go, right, show me all my occupied ones. And that pop-up is now in my way, and I have to go click view plots, which then doesn't work. Okay, so apparently you can just click away. So there's all my occupied plots. And the next thing I'm going to want is all my magical plots. So right now, just to give you guys a bit of a representation, that spreadsheet that I had open only represents this portion of my tract. So clicking on each of these and going into view, I assume there's going to be a new interface element, probably along the bottom here or up here maybe, or maybe along the top, to say, hey, what are you going to put on this piece of your land? Which monsters? Then you click monster 1, monster 2, monster 3, monster 4, monster 5. Are you going to add a Rooney? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? It's going to take so much time. And making sure you've got the most effective creature on each piece of land is going to be so time consuming. This is a really pretty artwork though for this magical epic lifeland. Doesn't look too bad. What about my occupied? Land type, occupied. That's my common occupied. That's my common occupied. That's my thing. That's my epic occupied. Let's see what my epic occupied looks like. Oh, well, that's some epic occupied plains. Notice how it's significantly darker and covered with an enormous amount of these fiends. I particularly like this dude here. He looks pretty challenging, as if to say, hey there, what are you doing coming onto this land? What do you think you're doing here? We're guarding all the SPS that lurks underground. How dare you? That's this guy. That's this guy on the bottom right. And this guy, he's like, I've got this axe. It was given to me by the stone splitter orc that last came along here and tried to kill us. So yeah, have some fun trying to destroy everything here and lurch all the SPS that is hidden beneath this land. Speaking of SPS and things, I've got a couple of packs here to open, so I'm going to go ahead and open these Gladius packs, see what I've got, because the next brawl cycle starts in 9 hours, 8 hours, something like that. Let's embiggen this screen for the card reveal. Oh, this is a brilliant pack. Oh my goodness. There is 1, 2, 3 rares, a common, and an epic. This is a ludicrously above average pack. What are we going to get? Nothing that excites me yet. Oh, not even a Captain Katie. Are you a Quora though? No, you're a Trap Fellowweight, which is still not bad. The 4 attack for the 4 mana is pretty exceptional. I feel like I used up all my luck on that pack, but hey, we'll open up this one as well and see what we get. Yeah, in terms of just rarity, that was a brilliant pack. Yeah, now this one is complete stock standard, 4 commons and a rare. I don't know that this will allow me to level anything up. Probably not. Okay, and now I have a couple of Chaos Legion packs from my daily rewards. I'm going to open up. What are we going to get in these? Because these are the real ones. It's 4 commons and a rare. Carrion Shade, Stonefish, Disintegrator, Antoid Platoon. It's going to be a summoner. Oh, it's a Tarsa. Beautiful. It's a shame she didn't go gold, but we'll save the gold for this second pack, right? This will be our overwhelmingly successful or potentially unsuccessful plan. What have we got? Oh, it's just another ordinary pack. We got a Gargoyle Scrapper, a Chemist, a Hireling, and a Harvester. Please be a Summoner. Oh, it's a River Nymph. Not bad, but no gold foil. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. We can't win them all. We cannot win them all. What I am going to now do to give myself a break from those spreadsheets is go on and have a look at our rewards that are also soulbound and see if I've got anything that I can combine up. Because the other day, in fact, let's just show you my last results. My last results were pretty awesome. It was Splinter Shards, then an Epic, 14 Centuries, some Alchemy, some more SPS, some more Alchemy, some Merits. Was it this set of results or was it the ones before? I've forgotten now. I think it may have been the day before. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it was the day before. Yeah, perhaps. Or, no, maybe it was here. I don't remember. I have a bad memory. See, there was the pack. Yeah, it must have been the day before. Because I'm pretty sure Soulbound rewards. Where is it? Yeah, that was daily rewards that I clicked through. I've been spending my DECB since I've been informed in the Mavericks chat that it'll be a very long time before we can use the DECB to upgrade our guilds. So I've just been buying the maximum energy every day for the last couple of days. I've had this week away from work as well, so it's been a lot more opportunity to focus on Splinterlands stuff. Yeah, this one I got a whole bunch of War Pegasus in one single drop, which we're going to go combine now. Combine 6 cards into level 4 with 2 out of 3 to level 5. Almost. So a level 5 card in one chest. Gold foil, which I thought was pretty awesome. We're going to make sure we've got Chaos Legion, Reward, Soulbound. And you know what? We'll change it to Owned Soulbound just in case it does some groovy stuff. I'm going to click that Combined All button because I'm a lazy man. I don't want to combine them all individually. And if it combines everything else in my collection, so be it. So do I yet have something maxed? I'm not entirely sure, but Splinter Cards now has an awesome tool for Soulbound Cards Monitor. So I'll go in and put in my account name here. Check reward cards. Hey, Captain Huku. And it will show me a progress bar to say that for my commons, I'm 33% of the way to max in regular, 17% of the way to max in gold. Same thing for my rares, except 16%. Epics are 27% of the way. And in gold, 16% of the way. So I can then go look at each individual reward card to see how far along my collection is. So you've got an indicator for the level. I believe that they can be, but in my position, it makes more sense to use my betas and old school beta rewards and all of those on land. What I'm really sad about, though, well, I don't know if I should be sad. Where's Peak Monsters? Is if I do this production power sort and I just take away all the filters. I'll zoom in so we can see this. So this is in order of production power. I always thought I had some awesome death cards, but yeah, there we go. Corrupted Pegasus, Fallen Spectre, another Fallen Spectre. Because Corrupted Pegasus, I think, is maybe an alpha reward. So they're going to be, because look at their collection power compared to the betas. But they have 11 BCX, but their collection power is huge. In fact, their collection power, when you sort it that way, is some of the highest I've got in my collection, other than these gold foil cards. Because I thought these were going to be amazing producers on land, but the problem is I don't have any Badlands that I can put my death cards on. Which is why I was like, maybe I'm going to swap some of my lakes for Badlands to try and maximize my production values. That's the other thing that I need to figure out along the way, is there going to need to be some terrain swaps to best use my collection. Because honestly, if I can get away with using alpha cards, there's 9 cards. That's almost 2 plots. But then if I choose beta cards and rather just go, it's like I want to show my modern cards, but I also want to invert that selection, and I'm not sure Peak Monsters can do that. If I create a new list, I can't create a new list. Can I delete the Scholar 2 list? Because I don't think I need that list anymore. So I've got a list for everything that is delegated out to Rick at the moment. I wish I could have more lists. Is that a Peak Monsters premium feature? Having more lists? I don't know. What are the Peak Monsters premium features? Is it unlimited lists? Because if it's unlimited lists, I feel like it might be suitable. Plus 30 additional collection sets. I think that would make it very useful. Because it was the set functionality that I was playing with there. Oh man, I should have been selfish last week when Lewis sent me the PKM and subscribed. But I was not. That's fine. Yeah, what I'm getting at is if I have my alpha, beta, and untamed, you know, thinking about when Rebellion's going to come out, then I sort this by production power, and I use these guys on my land. That means I'll be able to continue battling in modern. Even if I take untamed away, alpha and beta, these are the 144 cards. So yeah, no, I'll need to use my untamed cards as well. But then the problem is that's just over 1 million production power. But my chaos set on its own is 727k production power. So I have all of these trade-offs and choices to make. And I know that Daru would be thinking and wanting to say, well, just get rid of your land and you won't have to make all these solutions to problems that potentially exist. And they do exist very potentially. And then furthermore, there's DEC staking requirements. So this land expansion thing is not going to be a simple exercise to do. How do I manage lists? Let's get rid of biggest production power. How do we delete that list? Delete that list. Because I can just do a simple sort for that. Because what I initially did was just grab production points, sort by highest to lowest, did 103 multiplied by 5, and then I was like, yeah, cool, those are the cards that are going to go on land. So I guess I could then figure out, if I do exactly that same thing again, which, you know, why did I delete that list? We want the 515 most productive cards. What about there? Come on. That's 311. This is so many cards. Oh, there are all my Uraeus. Brilliant. 487 cards. And a whole bunch of Tidebiters. What did I say? 515 cards. So if we add these to a list, create new list, destined for land, and then we scroll. My life has so much scrolling. Create. So they're destined for land. Then I go not in destined for land. I get to look at what cards I actually get to play with in the future. So there's a couple of Venari Heatsmiths in there. There's lots of Pellicor Mercenaries in there. Lots of Pellicor Deceivers. Lots of Gargoyle Lions. Are there any summoners left? Okay, so I'll have a Kelia, 2 Thaddeus, an Obsidian, a Tarsa, a General Sloan, a Delwyn Dragon Scale, a Milo Crowling. So these are all max levels. So I'll have a life, fire. Okay, cool. I'll have a summoner for every element at max level except for dragon. I'm going to need a dragon summoner. And that's not going to give me a lot of variety in battle. Those selected summoners. And if I look at my lower BCX, I don't think there's any available to be combined through to max level. Certainly not. But there are lots of spare Chaos and Rift Watcher summoners. Oh, and I have a Lily Shield Paw that's not rented out. How do I rent out all my cards that I never use for average price? Can't figure this out on Peak Monsters. Okay, here's what I do, Birds Bees. I'm just going to go back to my decks and my cards just to clear all the filters. Now, every card that I use in battle, I lock. So, I want to go cards that are not currently delegated, cards that I own, cards that are not locked, and currently not for rent, so all rentals is a no. This here gives me a list of 335 cards, which are in my collection, and then if I sort by BCX, which is what I've just done, I can see that the highest BCX here is 60. And most of these cards are just single BCX cards. So what I might do instead is sort by collection power, because that will enable me to see the gold foils at the top and things like this Lily Shield Paw at the top as well. And then basically anything that is less than rather greater than, apologies, 1 BCX, that's potentially going to be useful on the rental market. I will shift click them all and go up here, rent, set lowest market price, because I'm a poor boy without access to the Peak Monsters premium features, because we gave away that Peak Monsters premium to someone else. I will pay 43 DEC, and apparently these cards will get me 92 DEC per day, and then we will put them on the rental market. So that's how you do it, Birds Bees. And hey, Lewis88, good to have you back again. Thank you for sacrificing your time to come and visit us. I don't know if the winner of the Peak Monsters Premium from last week ended up activating their thing, and I don't know if there's a way to check. But what you missed, Lewis, was me doing the crazy spreadsheet of doom, trying to work out which of my monsters. So I've got card IDs here on which of my plots. So I've got plot IDs here to do that. So how do I lock the ones that I use? So I first started off by, again, just jump to my decks, then back to my cards. I started off by sorting my BCX from high to low. And then I was like, okay, cool. Do I want to use a vampire? Yes. Do I want to use a wood nymph? Yes. Then I had to scroll past all my extra wood nymphs. Did I want to use a creeping ooze? Yes. Did I want to use this, that, etc.? So I went through my collection this way, albeit because I wanted to play modern. I basically just went, okay, there's my entire collection. I want modern cards. I want legendary cards, and because I was looking only for my max levels, I want only level 4 legendary cards. So I'd then go in and select all of the level 4 legendaries, but I'd make sure that I'd remove any duplicates. So I'd go select all here, then click up here, then I'd have a quick glance to say, okay, where are the duplicates here? Okay, here's some Jin Sharnus that are duplicates. So I'd then delete the duplicate Jin Sharnus until there was only one left. It was a very, very time-consuming process getting that all sorted out. But then once I've got everything that I'm actively using, you would go down to this others list here, and you could select a drop down that would say lock cards. So you could lock those cards in bulk. So if I just select the one card here, then I go others, you'll see I've got the option to unlock because that card is already locked. But for this one, which is delegated to Rick on the Mountain, I can go and choose the lock option because I don't have that card locked because I wasn't sure if I was going to sell some of these cards. So I had them unlocked for a short period of time. But that's the other feature with land. These cards will need to be locked in order to work on the land. At least that's my understanding of everything that we've heard so far. So that is going to be another sort of pressure point on card supply. There's just so many things that this land expansion is going to do for the game. And it's going to be ridiculously crazy to see how it all plays out. I mean, we've already seen that start to happen on the market, particularly with the price of legendary gold foils. These just keep going up and up and up. You see, I've got 2 gold foil regular Harclaws. I'd like to max out my gold foil Harclaw. But again, the land that I have is not great for it. So I've got probably 70% lakes. Let's see. Lakes. 78. So 78 of my 103 plots are lake. I have plains, which are good with life and dragon. Lakes are good with green and blue. So if I just select those 2, that's 94 of my deeds. I think I have a swamp. Do I have any swamp? I have 2 swamps, but they're just common swamps. And I don't know what swamps produce. So lakes, plains, and I think the rest of mine is probably river. There's 3 river. So lakes, plains, and swamps. That's 99 deeds. Maybe I have some hills. I have some hills as well. So if I select all of that, maybe there's a jungle. Yeah, there's a jungle. So I don't have any tundra. I don't have any mountains. I don't have any deserts. I don't have any forests. I don't have any badlands. I don't have any bogs. I don't have any calderas. I don't have any canyons. And, you know, not being sure what these other geographies are going to produce, I'm pretty sure that jungles may produce wood. I have no idea what lakes are going to produce. Plains may be able to produce grain. Rivers, no idea. Swamps, what can you produce in a swamp other than misery? I mean, really. Produce water. I'm pumping the water out of the lakes. We're going to get rid of all this water, and then we're going to have whatever's on the lake floor or the river floor. Hills you might be able to get stone out of, but again, I've only got 1. It's going to be interesting. The answer is 0 Deju because I do not have a sun. This is lies and fabrication and misinformation. Commander Garlic has got one of those whiteboards with red string and all that sort of thing. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Or you have to go magnet farming in your lakes to find metals. Misery should be an ability. Is it already? No, there's no misery ability. But I feel like we missed such an opportunity for Misery March. Maybe Misery May. That would have been better. I would endorse a Misery May. I would be very entertained by that. Not one sun, but multiple, we imagine. I mean, Commander Garlic comes at us with about 14 different personalities every stream, so it is possible if we look at it from that perspective. There's the energetic, there's serious, there's crazy, Mango Mayhem. That would work. Now I'm trying to think of any creatures that have M's in the name. So I've just typed the letter M. And can we sort alphabetically? Yes, we can. It's looking at abilities and stuff as well here. I don't know if we have any monsters that start with an M. Do we have any monsters that start with an M? Hey, Boba Fett. Murdhampier May. I could get behind that. Murdhampier is crippling, so that can lead to misery. Man, I have way too many cards. M.A.? Is there any cards that start with M.A.? No. Yes. Mandarin May. Murderlight Guardian May. M.E. I just... Oh, Lament. Madcap May. I like all of these. Mudslinger May. That'd be brilliant as well. In order to win a card, you have to be covered in mud. It would make the stream a lot more immersive. Gem Media May. Mortius May. Mermaid Healer May. Marek May. Mini May. I don't know. It would be amusing. But hey, we're in April and we're talking about apes, and there's no apes in the game as far as I'm aware. Because if I search for ape, I've only got the Grim Reaper, which has ape in the Reap error bit. Merbiter May. Where's the month that starts with H? Right? Where's the month that starts with H so we can have Holozor May? Margie of the Forest May? Yeah, I like it. This is what is written on the land paper about workers. Each of the 3 different tasks can be performed on any land plot with the exception of plots with a castle or keep on them. So yeah, you could do magic production for the Secret of Praetoria. You could do SPS mining, or you could do grain farming. You just do that at different levels of effectiveness based on the land. Monkey Repair May. Monumental May. What about my original suggestion, Misery May? I feel like it's the best one. It is the best one. And then, you know what we could do for December? Decembered Main. Dismembered instead of December. I don't know if I enunciated that well enough for effectiveness. Mountain May, just give out mountain land plots. Well, I'm lucky. I don't have any mountain land plots, so it's all over. Malay May. I like all these options. I do. They're great options. I really don't want to go back to the spreadsheets because it's such a complicated problem to solve for. But I know I have to do it. But because it's so complicated, I don't want to do it. But what it makes me realize is that, do I want land producing poorly, potentially in my tract? Or do I want that land, giveaway time, man? Or do I want that land to be in the hands of people who've got the creatures that can work on my tract? So I can collect that sweet, sweet keep income. Because if it's not being worked in my keep, then what really is the point of it? So if I go back to my land, the 2 plots that I've got outside of my tract is a common hills and a common jungle. And the other one, which is in region 40, is a common lake. So all of my loose plots outside of my tract are really quite average pieces of land. So if I was to look at what land is getting to at this point, it seems to be holding that 60 USD, but with a building in a box and an unstable totem, it's at 75. So I'd want to sell that land for no less than 75 at this particular point in time. So that's just common types of land. Alternatively, I just sell all of my land and then just buy SPS. Forget about mining the SPS, just spend all the money and proceeds that I could get from selling my land on SPS. And then stake that SPS and just sit back and do nothing. And then do a rental for all my other cards, and then just be like, I'm staking so much SPS. Look at me, so much SPS. I wonder what that would work out to be. How much SPS that would be. So there's a keep. Let's do a little bit of maths here. 3,200. Because I do have a keep. I have a legendary whatever it is. What do I have? Legendary lake. So what's a legendary lake? Well, that's a bit optimistic. 5k. That's super optimistic. Okay, so I don't know. What does a standard tract go for? Buy assets. What's the tract? Someone's trying to sell a tract for 14k. So I can be like, hey, here's a tract with all this stuff. 12k. Let's say 12k. And what's the price of SPS? Let's go to the SPS management page to get the price of SPS. Price of SPS is 0.209. Okay, so calculator, divide 0.029. That's 413 SPS, 413k SPS. Say that's like 412,000 SPS. Make it a nice round number. Then multiply that by the 20% staking rewards you get now. It's 82,000 SPS per day. Divide that by 36. Divide that by the number of days in the year. It's 225. That's a lot more SPS than what I'm getting from the daily airdrop. But then that's no land for me. So I think that's a pretty bad tactic, because I'm getting like maybe 192 SPS per day for holding the land. But this means I have to do nothing for the next 4 years while SPS is rapidly mined on land. I just sit back and claim the staking rewards. And then it would take me to like 1.1 million staked SPS. And then it would be 608 SPS per day in staking. And then I also wouldn't need DC. Well, if they're unsurveyed and the plots in that region or tract already have a castle, then it doesn't really matter. But that was something that you can consider as well, is looking at the land market and going by land and looking at unsurveyed things and then going, okay, there's a lot for sale in 112. Has the castle or whatever been discovered? Or maybe in 121, has the castle or whatever already been discovered? And then you just see if you can get lucky with finding a castle or a keep that has not yet been surveyed. Why is this one, number 47, allegedly going for 15k? Is there a secret in region 47 that we don't know about? Let's go look at region 47. Or is the person just being wildly optimistic? So it's region 47, tract 8, plot 94. Show land type colors. Okay, so no, show rarity colors. That's a keep. That's a keep. So the ones that are for sale, you could potentially no, that's surveyed. Survey status, unsurveyed. There we go. So you wouldn't want to buy in that area either. So it's a quick way to look. But with only 134 unsurveyed deeds on the market, good luck finding that golden ticket. And they'd be quite expensive golden tickets at that. Can we sort by region? Is there any sorting available here? No, there isn't. That's unfortunate. So we know region 112 doesn't have it. 48. Let's go look at region 48. What are we in? We're in 47 right now. So 48. And then we want unsurveyed land. Then we've got all these markers for what's for sale. And we want to look at rarity colors. That's got the... Ooh, does this one not have the keep yet discovered? That's just a legendary mountain. That's an unsurveyed deed. I doubt that that one is the keep, but it could be. That's just a common natural. So this one here is one where you could get lucky in that tract. So that's 480868. So if we go back to that market, region 48, tract 8, 68, the person wants 398 USD for that plot. So that's a 1 in 100 chance at a keep for 398 USD. That is not a chance I would take. Well, it's actually a bit more than 1 in 100, right? Because there's already plots that are surveyed there. So if we look at the surveyed plots, it might actually be easy to count the unsurveyed. These are the unsurveyed. Yeah. So what have we got? 3, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. So that is 1 divided by 52 times by 100. It's just under a 2% chance of a keep if you were to buy this particular plot. I don't know who would want to do that, but if you want to do that, that's the plot. But yeah, this is the sort of fun things we can do on stream here. Is look at this stuff. We want unsurveyed stuff. So we've looked at 112, we've looked at 121, we've looked at 48, we've looked at 49. There's a lot in Tract 5 for sale. Sorry, Region 5. I would suspect that an early region would have its castles and keeps already revealed. So let's go look at Region 5. So we can see everything that's for sale here. Little markers. It looks like Tract 5 in Region 5 doesn't have its keep. Now the question is there a castle? Kingdom Keep, Kingdom Keep, Kingdom Keep, Kingdom Keep. So, unsurveyed. Each of these little beauties here is a chance for a keep or a castle, actually. So there's what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So with 20 of that keeps plots available, of that tracks plots available, that there is a 20% chance of getting a keep or a castle if you bought all of those. But then having said that, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's more accurately a 1 in 500-ish chance of the castle, because there's 5 potential things there. But what would you pay if you wanted everything in 5 that was unsurveyed? Well, they're all listed at $2.99 each, and there's 20 of them. So that's 10K, right? No, more than that. I can't maths. $2.99 by 20. It's 6K for a chance at a castle. That's it's all right, and 1 in 5 chance of getting a keep for that as well. I don't know if people are that degenerate to try and do that, but I don't know. If you believe in numerology, 20%, it's a 1 in 5 chance. It's in Tract 5. Sorry, it's in Region 5. It's a 1 in 5 chance. If it cost $5,000, that would be more numerology style things. But yeah, that is appealing potentially to somebody who wants to be completely degenerate and roll the riskiest dice on earth, which I'm not encouraging. But if you do that, please stream it. So that was Region 5 that we discovered some secrets about. 42 already has stuff. I know because I've got stuff in Region 42. I don't feel like there's enough in 13 or 14 there. 46, 44, 48, 59. Yeah, I think region 5 out of the unsurveyed stuff has the best deal from Nalensink. I'm not gonna lie, if I had enough DEC to get all of those, I'd probably give it a go, given the events of this time a week ago. I'd feel myself to be pretty lucky, but I have nowhere near enough DEC or cards to go and do that. But yet you see me adding them to cart. What am I doing? Guys, what am I doing? How much DEC is that? 6.4 million DEC. I only have 4.6 million DEC. I'm not doing this. But hey, I'd finally get Peak Monsters Premium with my 2,200... no, you get a 1,000 Peak Monsters airdrop. So by buying all of that, you'd get 2 months of Peak Monsters Premium. Let's erase that from my cart. Actually, no, let's see how many I could get. What would the maths be for me personally? There we go. I could get how many of those? It's easier to do it in reverse. 4186 divided by 299. Just give me all your DEC, then you don't have to worry about all this stressful stuff. It's 14. 14 divided by 100 is a 14% chance, funnily enough. He's gonna do it. No, I'm not, because they'll all be common lands. I just know they'll all be common lands. Then one of you guys is going to do it and you'll get like 6 castles somehow. It'll be totally bugged. It's deleted. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. I need this DEC to stake on the land, not to play degenerate risk mode. And look, it's terrible land anyway. It's probably tundra or forest or maybe mountains. I could buy one. What are my odds? Well, it'd be 1 in 100 to get the castle. Actually, a little bit more than 1 in 100, because there's what, 5, 6, 7. Wait, let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 27. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. There's 42 plots there that are potential. So it's actually 1 divided by 42 for the kingdom building there. So for each of those plots, it's a 2.3% chance. 2.3% chance for each of those. So if you bought all 20, you'd have a 47% chance of getting the kingdom plot there. And a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20% chance of that kingdom plot being a castle. So yeah, I don't know. 40% chance, 47% chance of it being the kingdom, and then 20% or 47%, and 53% chance of on the other side of the coin. Yes, exactly. The RNG is a thing. But imagine what that would do to the value of the other unsurveyed plots in that tract. See, it's fun to do this sort of stuff, and just to go, hey, this is the sort of world in Praetoria that we live in. It's like the ultimate loot box, right? And we know what they say about loot boxes. Get them in your daily quests. I don't know that loot boxes are fun. Let's go ahead and see what Archmage is going to submit for me in this battle, because Archmage has indeed been turned on. Yeah, $2.99 a piece. Is what they were listed at. And let's see if we can buy some more energy. We can buy 2 more energy today. Burn that DECB. Get rid of that DECB. Make it go away. More DECB is gone. Oh wow, the team wasn't actually submitted yet. Okay, well, let's see. Equalizer and Enrage. Feels like an Almo time. But it's only 12 mana, so it doesn't feel like an Almo time. And any second now, before I actually figure out what it's going to be, it will need to be lots and lots of creatures. So low mana, probably Death. Death is what I would play. With Enrage, what would I go with in Death? Yeah, I'm buying energy, but I'm not buying chances at a castle. Go figure. It's like, are these not the same thing? Are they not like functionally identical? I think they're functionally identical. Maybe a Lux Vega and Death. And then looking at increasing mana cost. Sneak. Let's see what the bot picked. It looks like it was bot v bot here. Oh no, because I have a Vraz and they do not. See if we can learn anything from this battle. I'm also envious of their gold foil Uraeus. We should be better off because we've got 1 more attack power. Oh no. We could have used that Naga Warrior, Naga Assassin. Oh, look at that Uraeus 6 attack. What a gun. What an absolute gun. And now we've broken the interface. Backfire always breaks the interface. Let's see where Archmage has gotten me. To 25th. But yes. The focus chests when you buy energy are crazy. I've never had so many focus chests. I think next season I'm gonna like just burn all of my DECB and just get all of the focus chests because I want to max these reward cards before anybody else. I'm surprised I don't have any reward cards maxed out yet. It's quite distressing that I don't. And you know what, guys? I didn't even bother opening the giveaway tool yet today because I thought I was just going to play with spreadsheets all day. So let me log into it since you guys are so keen and, you know, wanting to do things. Yeah, I guess. No spreadsheet? Oh, come on, man. Why don't you want spreadsheets? Spreadsheets are like the greatest thing in the world. Keyword is spreadsheets. So, you know what? This is your punishment, people. The giveaway is me doing a spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet, if I just do some quick little calculations here on the spreadsheet, we're gonna see what the what the spreadsheets tell us about the future. And there seems to be a message in this spreadsheet. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the message is for us. Is this correct? Is that what we expect? All right. I think you've all had enough time. Ah, Daru. Oh, you. Here you go. If you make that 60 font bold. Watch it not be a Vraz. Ah, no, it was a Vraz. Well, that's awkward. Now there's 33 of you still eligible. So that was 1. Now I'm going to count 2. Wangsmith. 2. Yeah, it's just infinite for us. Oh, Wangsmith. Possibility. Beautiful. We broke the Vraz curse. All right. Number 3. Deju. Let's go. What's Deju getting? This is a long spin. Another Vraz. Number 4. It's the Curse Man himself. It's the Hill Giant. It's Bootop's burger. He's gonna make a burger out of Vraz. And I really am incompetent at counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. Number 5. It's Bajok. And that was a very quick Vraz. And finally, who have we got? Marcia Spy. And is it going to be another Vraz? Trends suggest. One moment. What did the spreadsheet say? The spreadsheet did predict Vraz, but it didn't detect Possibilis at all. So that's it. You guys can all go home now. The giveaway season is over. Let's delete that sheet because it wasn't very useful. And close that, and close that, and close that. And I don't know, I'm pretty tempted by those land plots now. I could get 17 of them. I'm pretty tempted. Should I do it? Should I do it? Let's make a poll. I said let's make a poll. Okay. All right. Poll is started. Here we go. There's the poll. Thank you, whoever voted no. I love and cherish you. I like how no one's gone for the wife approval factor. You voted yes. But guess what? You can use channel points to vote. So I'm going to use all my channel points to try and outvote your. I'm just going to click a lot. But there's a lot more of you guys than there are of me. I voted Olazor for president. I'm clicking pretty quick. Buy it all and give away everything that is in a castle. Wow. I am doing poll manipulation so your inventory isn't clogged. Wow, we've got hundreds of people participating in this poll here. I am so glad you guys are caring for me by not voting yes. It's really nice of you to be this way. No, I don't own a castle. The guild that I am in have 30 communal plots, and one of those communal plots ended up being a castle. So I own a 1/30th stake in a castle. Oh, the poll's nearly over. Hey, look at that. It's no, and I voted no 135 times. Because I really didn't want to do it. But hey, wasn't that fun? Wasn't that fun? 44,348 channel points. Should we all vote yes? That's the best and the most sensible outcome. I want to see who contributed the most for the other options, though. Because you guys know it would be a boring reaction from me, even if I did manage to pull another castle. It certainly won't win clip of the week. That castle pull. Garlic for sure. No. He cares about it. He doesn't want to see me spend his inheritance, right? If we stick with the narrative that he's trying to weave. I wonder what evidence he's got for you guys this week. What other nefarious, irrefutable, questionable evidence that sits within his mind? Oh yeah, there was genuine excitement. Thank you for reminding me, Garlic, about memes, because we're going to go off to have a peek at the Splinterlands communities, Splinterlands, to see if we can find any memes. So let's go and zoom in here and see if we can see any immediate memes. I don't see any memes, neither in the headings or in the images. And I've left this right to the end of the stream as well. I do like a little picture of the cat there, but it is the same as their avatar. Oh yes, Lewis did their land survey as well, and they made a post about it. Which I saw earlier and went and made a comment on. So yeah, if I've scrolled this far back, there's no memes. It's too late for you to post a meme. So you all fail. You're all terrible people who don't believe in the power of Splinterlands memes. Why don't you believe in Splinterlands memes? Come on, guys. Although, yes, I did see the meme in your... Oh, you did, Birds Bees? Let me reload. Let's see. I might have to go straight to your blog instead. Copy your name here. I'll just go to my blog, and then I'll just replace my name with your name. No, what's your name on Hive? Is it just without the 1, 2, 3? Yes. All posts. 4 Holozor, 2 hours ago. Wow, I must have scrolled right. Because it wasn't in the Splinterlands community. That's why I didn't see it. Runemancer artwork from prior town hall. Oh yeah, I didn't actually see this because when I listened to the town hall. Yes, let me give you a proper vote for that. You can tag people on Hive if you just do the @ username Birds, bees, and trees. I didn't see this. I wasn't alerted. You can tag at Ozor in future, and I will get typing. We'll get a Discord notification because I've got that bot, Hive bot set up to tell me that I get a ping in the chain, and I'll also get a notification up here to say that someone has mentioned you in a comment, which is always awesome. See, here you go. Someone replied. There's probably one in there somewhere about someone mentioning me in a comment. But yeah, I didn't see this because it was just using the hashtag there, and normally I just go to the communities and then just go to the Splinterlands community and then start my scroll from there. Did I see your post? I don't know if I did. I saw your post earlier, the one about the sea stalker being evicted from the sea. Unless there's another new one. Jagged. I think it's just Jagged as your blockchain name. Is this you? Yes. Yeah, this one here, is that the one? Because I don't think finding our own space. Because this is your post here about the sea stalker from earlier in the week. Let me reload it again. Nah, I think that's it, because I'm looking straight at your blog. And I've got you followed anyway, so I don't know. Something cheeky going on there. But it's come to that time that it's almost time for me to leave you all alone in a room with the craziest man that we've got here on Splinterlands TV, a man known only as Commander Garlic, who makes boisterous, unrealistic claims about me being his father. And you know what, Mr. Garlic, I need to go out and get some milk, and I might never come back. There's some nightmare fuel for you, my friend. But unfortunately, yes, my time with you all has come to an end for this evening. I will be back again on Monday. Oh, hello. Jagged's just shared their post. Let's go. Don't leave us with Garlic. Don't leave us with our psycho. Magic putting exploding rats artisans out of business. Exploding rats have been around for a long, long time to clear the sewers, strongholds, and to add colour to a boring ceremony. The advent of sorcery has made the practice less labour-intensive than in those years of old. However, the lost art of exploding rats and the occasional unfortunate has seen a return to tradition for those who distrust the magical arts or who prefer to reduce the costs outsourcing their explosive needs. A rat is skinned. The skin is sewn up and filled with PE to assume the shape of a dead rat. A standard number 6 primer is set in the PE. Initiation is by means of a short length of safety fuse with a number 27 detonator crimped on one end and a copper tube igniter on the other end. Or as the case of the illustration above, a PTF with a number 27 detonator attached. The rat is then left amongst the coal beside a boiler, and the flames initiate the safety fuse when the rat is thrown out into the fire, or in the case of the PTF, safety switch is used. As the old sage says, you must be careful in the room filled with rats that can go boom. Count your fingers before and after, lest you end up with a finger disaster. So keep your digits safe and sound, and don't let them go flying around. How did I miss that? That gets a full upvote there, Jagged. That's great. That is brilliant. How explosive is the inside of the rat? I don't know. But generally speaking, you're going to run away from rats as opposed to running toward them. So I don't know how it's going to be. You voted on it as well, Lewis. I think I might have beaten you to the punch. Yeah, it looks like it. But that's all for me. And I will see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching. And we will now ungracefully transition over to Commander Garlic. Thanks, everybody. Cheers.